Tonight, expressing concern. Minnesota's governor is weighing in on the state's COVID situation as cases stay on the rise. And double transplant. We have the story of a Wisconsin woman after months of being hospitalized and receiving 2 new lungs. Plus, staying staffed as the pandemic continues, firefighters are making plans to keep people safe should an outbreak occur in a fire hall.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Kristen is on assignment tonight. Thanks for joining us. Minnesota today reported 5,552 new coronavirus cases and 46 new deaths. Both numbers are among the top 3 highest of the pandemic. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz today spoke during an over-the-phone media briefing. He announced the opening of 11 new COVID-19 testing sites across Minnesota, including the one we reported yesterday in Hibbing. Governor Walz said compared to the spread rates in the first 7 months of the pandemic, Minnesota's recent rates are staggering.
It took us about 7 months, 27 weeks, to reach 100,000 cases in Minnesota. It took 7 weeks, a little short of 2 months, to reach 200,000, add the next 100,000. It will take us less than 3 weeks to reach 300,000.
The state today also announced the introduction of a new texting program. Those who test positive or were in close contact with someone COVID-19 positive will receive a text letting them know. As Duluth's police department is hit hard by COVID-19, measures are being taken to ensure the same does not happen to fire departments across the state. Minnesota's Department of Public Safety is now monitoring each of the state's 776 fire departments and how badly they're being impacted by the coronavirus. The department now has a map online showing the status of each one and whether help is needed from other departments in the region. If a large number of firefighters are unable to work due to COVID, neighboring departments will pitch in to help. And Dave's here for a first look at the weather tonight. Dave, a sunny end to the week, but we could have some clouds as we start off the weekend.
Yeah, the clouds are already starting to filter in.
Okay.
Today's high-pressure system with sunshine goes away. A low-pressure system with clouds comes our way. And for Saturday, it should bring a 50% chance for a rain-snow mix. I don't think anything's going to stick on Saturday, maybe a little bit too much rain in the mix. But the backside of the low comes to call on Sunday. That will be cooler, and so flurries to light snow possible. How much light snow? Well, it could try to stick for a few towns. Taking a look at how much could come across on Sunday, we see most places bubbling under an inch, but up towards Ely on the Vermilion Range, 2 inches possible there, and down Highway 1 and then number 2 from Ely to Two Harbors, you get 1.2 inches, an inch possible here in the Twin Forts. Here's a quick look at our weekend forecast then, which shows mostly cloudy tonight. The mix is possible Saturday, flurries and light snow on Sunday. Come Monday, I think we'll change things around a little bit. Will it warm up? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Here's a live look at the Wisconsin State Capitol in Madison. Governor Tony Evers says he will not put a holiday tree there this year due to the pandemic. Typically, the governor asks students statewide to make ornaments for the trees. This year, he's asking them to make ornaments for veterans' homes, hospitals, and nursing homes. Wisconsin has reached 300,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases today. About 7,800 new cases were reported today as well, and 58 new deaths. Carmen Lerma wasn't the first person to get COVID in Wisconsin. She was far from it. She joined nearly 300,000 others, but she stands alone when it comes to her recovery. Brady Mallory shows us how.
For the first time in more than 4 months, Carmen Lerma can take a deep breath.
You guys are like the best. Thank you so much for everything.
A breath that allowed her to say goodbye to some irreplaceable men and women.
Every single one of you are here. Really made a difference for me. I wouldn't be here today. So, thank you.
This is a good day.
Take care.
Carmen's mask may cover up her smile, but you can see the gratitude welling up in her eyes is just too much to hold on to. It's already been a long journey.
Rock and roll. Here you go.
So a few more steps down the hallway is worth it.
The doors. There's the doors.
To get to an important stretch of her road to recovery.
It's been a while.
Thursday marked the first time Carmen saw her husband and family since going into the hospital. She got COVID-19 in July, and it destroyed her lungs. She was eventually put on oxygen, then a donor list.
It's hard to know how much time Carmen would have had.
Thanks to the sacrifice of a donor family, Carmen only waited a few days for new lungs, making this the first COVID-related double lung transplant in Wisconsin. Dr. Dan McCarthy says the procedure is more complicated than regular transplants.
Because COVID is so new, there's really not a lot of evidence that we can draw from to determine when is the right time to transplant these patients.
Oh my God, amazing, amazing. I've never thought that I would be able to do this again.
Carmen's reunion with her family proves her life wasn't the only one on the line.
No, I just want to be with her and hold her. It's been a long while from being without her. I mean, everything we used to do together and whatnot, so I miss her.
Thanks to the doctors and nurses at UW Health, Carmen Lerma has a new set of lungs. But it's her family who can finally breathe easy again.
It was priceless. It was amazing to see her for the first time.
Joy, happiness, I missed her so much.
Rough journey, but a great ending to it.
Carmen has written a letter to the family of the person whose lungs she now has and expressed her gratitude for the gift of life they gave her. Dr. McCarthy says the recovery will be long. Switching gears, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is saying Michigan is now in the worst part of this pandemic. She and state health officials warn of some of the deadliest days ahead if people do not change their behaviors. COVID-19 has killed nearly 8,000 people in Michigan in about 8 months. The governor says hospitalizations have increased fivefold in 5 weeks, and patient count is expected to double in just 2 weeks to an all-time high.
I am recognizing that we have got work to do to make sure that the actions we take are really aimed at bringing the spread down. These numbers continue on the trajectory we're on. We will be having to take additional steps. There's no question.
Back in Minnesota, you might have already started your holiday shopping, and chances are the pandemic has changed the way it looks this year. Tonight, Duluth business and city leaders say they hope what you do choose to spend this season stays in the community. CBS 3's Emma Quinn reports.
This holiday season, small business owners like Emily Ekstrom are hoping you'll keep your dollars in the community as COVID-19 has impacted many local businesses.
We have to help each other. People within the community. Keep your dollars within Duluth, and let's support our community and keep them here.
Since the start of the pandemic, Ekstrom, who owns Huckleberry, a gift shop in downtown Duluth, has helped other businesses by selling local artists' products in her store while events and festivals have been canceled.
So we've tried to transition that here at Huckleberry and use our space to support local artists.
Duluth's Greater Downtown Council hopes the Red Curtain event will help encourage shoppers to buy gifts locally too. The annual event includes businesses decorating and lighting their storefronts during the holiday season.
They hide the displays behind the curtains, and then later in the week they unveil it so that we can showcase those storefront windows.
While businesses have struggled during the pandemic, Greater Downtown Council President Christy Stokes hopes this holiday season will help stores rebound.
It's more important than ever to support our local businesses right now. These are challenging times, so that we continue to have these businesses and keep them healthy.
For Ekstrom, shopping local means keeping her store open and bringing more joy to those who walk in.
We have to help each other, and I'm able to be here because people are looking for these products to send cheer to someone else. And for me, in turn, I can keep the doors open and figure out how to maneuver and pivot and do things in this safe new world that we're...
Businesses will start decorating on Monday, and storefront designs will be displayed before the Christmas City of the North parade. That's scheduled for a week from tonight, and just a reminder that it is a TV event only this year. There will be no spectators. Well, Minnesota takes first place once again for voter turnout. According to the Star Tribune, 8 in 10 eligible Minnesotans voted in this year's election, a rate not seen in 60 years, and once again so far the highest in the nation. They also report absentee balloting helped drive that turnout. Iron Range political analyst Aaron Brown says integrity is a big reason for Minnesota's turnout.
The state has kind of a moralist tradition. That is to say, whether we're liberal or conservative, we believe very strongly in our convictions, and that, I think, turns people out to vote quite a lot. There's a tradition of voting, but also we have voter law.
Brown also says Minnesota voter laws helped out quite a bit as well. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, COVID-19 has changed the school year for many student athletes this year. Tonight, find out why parents want them to play.
This morning's low temperature in the Twin Ports was 14. In Hibbing, it was only 3 above. That's the coldest of the cold for a little while because it will be warmer tomorrow morning thanks to increasing clouds. Increasing clouds that'll try to take us towards normal temperature-wise on Saturday, but also drop down a rain-snow mix on us. We'll talk about how good a chance it has of paying off coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3. Live, local, CBS3.
Hey, no cell phones at the table.
But it's Grandma.
Hi, Mom.
It's Slumberland's biggest Thanksgiving sale in 3 years. You'll get an additional 25% off our already low prices at Slumberland.
Let our professional relocation team help make the transition from your old house into a new home as stress-free as possible. Call today for an on-site estimate to identify your family's specific relocation needs. Schedule and manage your job with one of our friendly office staff. The day of the job, our professional and courteous movers will safely and efficiently protect and transport your goods with the aid of new technologies and equipment, but with the same old-fashioned service you know and trust.
Moving is hard. Calling A1 Movers is easy.
Okay, Mr. Medicare figure-outer. One last question. What's the cost?
For many, Part A is free. Cost goes up the more parts you add. But UCare has Medicare Advantage plans that come with everything you need.
Sounds good. And so does your bike. Now.
Yeah, thanks to you, she's purring like a kitten on a bed of yarn.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah, I just made it up. You can steal it for your bike shop.
No, I'm good.
At Hannah Johnson Fabrics, we put love, creativity, and talent into everything that we make. This holiday season, check out our beautiful selection of holiday fabrics and material. Our fabulous team can help you find the perfect materials for your project. We even have perfect laser print kits for mask making. We offer online shopping, curbside pickup, and 2-day FedEx Express delivery. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and tune in for our Facebook Lives on Thursday nights. Happy holidays from all of us at Hannah Johnson Fabrics.
Get the most out of your laundry day at Menards. Morton water softeners are the best and most efficient way to eliminate hard water throughout your house. Your skin will feel softer and your clothes will come out cleaner. All Morton water softeners are 11% off. Paired with the fresh scent of Gain, Tide, and Era detergents, stains have no chance. Right now, all laundry detergents are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. With all this family fun time, you need a good night's sleep. Come to Slumberland's huge Thanksgiving mattress sale and get an extra 25% off our already low prices. Get this Sealy Posturepedic Queen mattress for just $3.99, only at Slumberland.
It is the question that matters the most.
¿Dónde está?
That takes you behind the story.
Robert.
It drives everything we do. It is the foundation of trust.
Who did all of this?
And the truth that propels us forward.
What did you make of that?
It is the question. One word, 3 letters long. And without it, our purpose,
that's news,
and our freedom fade. This is why.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live, local, CBS3. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, today we had high pressure in control, and that brought a fair amount of sunshine. And now we've got lower pressure trying to move in, muscle in, bring in the clouds. Splitting the difference between the two pressure systems gives us this gorgeous sunset that we saw tonight. This picture comes in from Maya Lisa Corpola down around the Carleton area, closer to Chubb Lake. And yeah, it's picture perfect, very pretty. Tomorrow might be a little more subdued and a little more gray and a little more wet as a low pressure system comes our way. So we're looking at a rain snow mix Saturday and a little light snow on Sunday, and I'll talk about how much could come across in just a bit. But we'll take a look now at the current conditions at the airport in Duluth, as the picture behind shows us Canal Park here in Duluth. It's 27 degrees with a relative humidity reading of 58%. South-southeast wind, it's going 10 miles per hour, and the air pressure's at 29.98 inches of mercury. Current regional temperatures, looks like they're bottoming out for some towns here, down to 19 in Watersmeet, but still 25 in Ironwood. We have upper 20s, 28s across the board here in northwestern Wisconsin, whether you're in Ashland, Hayward, Solon Springs, or Superior. 30 for Moose Lake, down to 18 in Silver Bay and up to Gunflint here, 25 Ely and Hibbing. A little warmer in Grand Rapids and International Falls, both towns at 29. These little blips here, these little pools of cooler air should be conquered fairly soon, frankly, as the clouds increase, act as an atmospheric blanket, and help keep temperatures up. Tomorrow morning's lows should be in the 20s rather than the single digits like a lot of places that we saw this morning, in Minnesota especially. At 10 o'clock tonight, I'll show you the highs and the lows here today, but right now we'll show you the Doppler map, which shows clearer skies still holding on to much of the upper peninsula, but the clouds are filtering into Wisconsin and Minnesota as well as a low pressure system gets closer to our region. We get the mix, a 50% chance for a rain snow mix on Saturday, then into Sunday with the cooler backside of the low coming across, we get flurries and light snow. Flurries and light snow that could add up to about a trace to an inch or so for much of our region. Then come Monday, higher pressure takes over, makes it sunnier, but really no warmer. We're going to, in general, stay cooler than normal for the week ahead. So forecast here for tonight may be one of the few warmish periods we get in the next 7 days, with low temps in Minnesota in the 20s with a mostly cloudy sky, which covers Wisconsin and the UP as well. Low temps there in the 20s. Daytime highs tomorrow could be among the warmest of the week then for Wisconsin and Michigan as we get towards 40. That's a degree or two above normal. 50% chance for the rain snow mix on that side of the border. Minnesotans get that mix in the afternoon as well, with highs from 35 inland to 42 by the lake. And again, that should be the warmest it gets here for much of the week ahead, because we fall back into the 30s by Sunday, 20s and 30s through Wednesday. With sunshine from Monday through Wednesday, it's Thursday when we do start to perk up a little bit again temperature-wise, Tony. I think we'll hit 40 again by next Thursday, and just like Saturday, that may be enough aggravation in the atmosphere to trigger another round of rain snow mixes.
Hopefully with those temperatures on Saturday and Sunday kind of hovering around freezing, it doesn't get too icy. It just decides to be rain or snow.
Yeah.
We don't like that middle ground stuff.
We'll hope for that, but keep in mind it could happen towards the slidey, icy side.
Okay.
So travel cautiously, especially Saturday afternoon and evening.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave. After the Duluth School District called a timeout on sports, some athletes and parents hope they'll put that decision under review. Under the current plan, high school sports already in action will halt starting next week, and winter sports will have their seasons delayed at least 3 weeks. School leaders say they made the call with health and safety in mind, but now a Facebook group called Let Them Play Duluth is encouraging the community to share their thoughts with the school district. CBS 3's Ryan Campos spoke with Denfeld hockey players on their reaction to the announcement.
The announcement that came this week from the Duluth Public School District is leaving some Denfeld boys hockey players worried if they will even have a senior season. Some mad, some shocked, but ultimately they aren't surprised that this decision was made. As practices were set to begin later this month for the Denfeld boys hockey team, they will have to wait now until at least December 13th to begin tryouts ahead of the 2020-2021 hockey season. School leaders say this decision was made by the continuing rise in COVID-19 cases in Duluth and St. Louis County that are projected to continue. Although athletes will have to wait to begin their season, they're still holding out hope.
This is what I worked for my whole life. I started being able to work out in 8th grade with the team. It's just been a blast, and I'd love to just end the year as the captain of this great team and with all these amazing kids.
Now coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear from Duluth Public School District Superintendent John Magus on why ultimately this decision was made.
Thanks, Ryan. And if everything goes according to plan, athletes could be back on the court, ice, or hills by December 13th. Coming up in sports, it's time to look forward to college hoops. UMD releases their upcoming schedules. Kelly has the key dates coming up next.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something, too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
Shop early and enjoy GMC Black Friday offers all month long. Pay no interest for 84 months on most 2020 Acadia and Terrain models. We are professional grade GMC.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt this morning.
And the below average trend
Thanks so much for joining us. So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
Watch Caitlin and Jenna in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. on CBS3.
The historic gateway to Duluth, the St. Louis County Depot, is now the heart and soul of arts, culture, and history in our region. And now more than ever, we need the joy found through the arts, the graceful beauty of dance, drama, and excitement, the works of artists and artisans, our long and proud history preserved, and music to inspire. The Depot United campaign raises funds for all the organizations at the Depot. We need your support now more than ever. Donate through the mail or go online. Arts, culture, and history need you.
Of engineers have arrived on the Iron Range.
Classes are looking a little bit different this year at
Minnesota. This time, it's the president's son hoping to win. Saving a man in the fire. The details tonight.
Coming up, we're unpacking the vice president's campaign.
Gilbert in Virginia. Coming up tonight, we hear from Wisconsin voters.
Tomorrow, I think it's going to be cooler than normal.
To stay up to date with the news and weather that impacts you and your community.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Live, local, CBS3. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
A season like no other. The Grand Rapids football team was able to overcome a lot of different obstacles thrown their way without dropping a single game. The Thunderhawks completed a perfect 6-0 regular season last night when they took down, get this, 89-0. It's the first time since 1976 Grand Rapids has had an unbeaten season. Head coach Greg Spahn says it hasn't always been easy, citing the team's 1-8 record from just 2 years ago. But this year's record shows just how much his team is stuck together.
None of that happens without the kids buying in to the stuff that we're talking about, to our leadership stuff, to understanding that, you know, the one who controls absolutely everything in your life is you, and you can control your response to events, and you can control your attitude. And these guys really bought it, and I think it's shown on the field.
And the work, luckily, isn't done for the team. The date with Detroit Lakes awaits the team next Saturday in the Section 8 4A tournament. That's a team Spahn says will be a big test for his team.
We're looking forward to the challenge. We're happy that we're at home. And, you know, at the end of the day, we get one more chance to be together and to play football. And I think that's what everybody's fighting for, is one more chance to be together and play football.
Well, we started our week with the announcement of UMD hockey schedules, and in fitting fashion, we will now end with UMD basketball schedules. The NSIC Board of Directors has approved men's and women's basketball schedules for the 2020-21 season. Schools will only compete against one opponent throughout each week of the season. Teams will play 16 games over the course of 8 weeks, playing the same opponent at one site each week on back-to-back days. Conference teams will only play one out-of-division opponent, which will be their opening matchup. In an effort to mitigate travel, the UMD men's and women's teams will play the exact same slate of games, beginning on Saturday, January 2nd at Romano Gym against Winona State. Women's games will start 2 hours before the men's games. At the end of the season, the NSIC will only be crowning divisional champs. And switching gears to hockey, the Minnesota Wilderness have postponed their games this upcoming weekend, citing the NAHL's COVID-19 policies, saying the action was taken in abundance of caution for the safety of players, staff, and fans. It was supposed to be their home opener this Saturday against the St. Cloud Norsemen. Their new home opener is currently on as scheduled next Saturday, November 21st, against the Austin Bruins down in Cloquet. Finally, I've often said that glass ceilings are meant to be broken. As the rate of females participating and even viewing steadily increases in sports, shouldn't the rate of women working in sports also increase? Well, the Miami Marlins hiring decision of their GM today only supports that notion. The organization has hired Kim Eng as the first female general manager in MLB history. She is also the first Asian American GM in baseball. Eng was most recently an assistant GM with the Yankees as well as the Dodgers. And the key word here is overqualified. She started her career as an intern with the White Sox in 1990, then joined the team full-time the next year and was named assistant director of baseball operations in 95. Eng left Chicago in 96 and spent 97 overseeing transactions as the American League's director of waivers and records. That's a pretty cool story. That's going to do it for sports. We'll have more here back tonight at 10. Tony, I'm going to send it back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Kelly. Well, if you think water predators are scary, get ready, because this is something right out of Jurassic Park. Take a look at this massive alligator spotted in Florida. My goodness, that thing is a monster. This was at a golf course in Naples during Tropical Storm Eta. People on social media thought it might be fake, but a reptile expert with the state's Fish and Wildlife Research Institute says there was nothing unusual about the size of that gator. That would be something else to run into. Hey, Dave?
Yeah, they say that was a 10-foot gator. That's like running into a 4-foot muskie out there in Lake
Oh,
Vermilion.
sure, there you go.
That'll put the fear of something into you.
Yeah.
All right, be a little bit cautious on the roadway, speaking of fear, tomorrow, as a 50% chance for a rain-snow mix could ice things up just a little bit. But it should get a little bit better by Sunday afternoon after we get a little bit of morning snow.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us.